We're always told that being smart is a huge advantage in life. But what if when it comes to love, a high IQ is actually getting in your way? Today, we're going to dig into this really surprising idea. It kind of seems like a no-brainer, right? A sharp mind should help you figure out all the complexities of a relationship, solve problems, communicate better. But is that really true? Is intelligence the superpower in love we all think it is? Okay, so before we dive deep, let's get one thing straight. IQ isn't totally irrelevant. It definitely plays a part, but its influence is probably a lot more limited than you'd guess. Let's break down where it actually fits. Think about it this way. IQ mostly affects the surface level stuff, what you might call that initial spark of compatibility. It's about how easily your conversations flow, whether you find the same weird things funny, and if you see the world with a similar level of complexity. It's really about how you process information together, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. And that brings us to this really cool concept called the friction cost of understanding. Basically, when there's a big gap in how two people think, it can just feel tiring to get on the same page. It doesn't mean a relationship is doomed, not at all, but it does mean you both might have to work a little harder to feel truly heard. So if IQ is just a small piece of the puzzle, where does it all go wrong? Well, this gets us to the absolute core of our explainer today: how a really powerful intellect can actually become a trap, especially when feelings get involved. Oh boy, has anyone ever said this to you? Or maybe you've been tempted to say it yourself. This one sentence is the perfect example of the high IQ trap. It's trying to apply cold, hard logic to the messy, beautiful, and often illogical world of human emotion. And guess what? It almost never works. And right here, you can see the huge disconnect. When your partner is upset, they're not looking for a debate opponent. They're looking for an ally. They need to feel safe with you. But a brain that's trained to analyze and find the flaw can jump straight to explaining why their feelings are incorrect, which feels like an attack, not like support. This logical approach leads to some classic mistakes. First, there's over-understanding. That's when you're so busy analyzing the root cause of their feeling that you forget to just sit with them in it. Then there's explaining over comforting, offering a 5-point plan when all they really need is a HUD. The result? You might win the argument, you might feel right, but the connection itself gets colder and colder. Now, this gets really dangerous when you combine that high intelligence with low emotional security. Whoa, that creates a perfect storm of overthinking, constantly analyzing the relationship, and basically looking for problems before they even exist. It is absolutely exhausting for everyone involved and can turn love into this draining intellectual chore. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the problem. If a high IQ isn't the golden ticket and can even be a problem, then what actually matters? Let's flip this around and look at the skills that really build a strong, lasting bond. According to our sources, it all boils down to 3 main pillars. First, being able to manage your own emotions, especially when things get heated. Second, having a secure attachment, which is just a core belief that your bond is safe and you can rely on each other. And third, having a realistic understanding that, hey, no relationship is perfect. And if we were to put a number on it, the source material suggests emotional skills are something like 10 times more important than raw intelligence when it comes to relationship success. It's not even close. It's not about how smart you are. It's about how well you handle feelings, yours and theirs. And here's a really compassionate way to think about all this. If you struggle in relationships, it's probably not because you're not smart enough. It's much more likely that you just haven't had a chance to see what a stable, emotionally safe connection actually looks and feels like. It's a skill you can learn, not some personal failing. So all of this points to a massive shift in perspective. To really thrive in a relationship, you have to stop treating it like an intellectual puzzle that needs to be solved or a debate that you have to win. It's a totally different game. The new game is something we can call emotional collaboration. It sounds fancy, but it just means staying on the same team. It's the art of being present with your partner's feelings, seeing yourselves as a team against the problem, not as opponents against each other. So let's just lay it all out. The wrong goal is to win, to analyze, to be right. The real goal? It's to connect, to collaborate, and to just stay present with each other, especially when it's tough. That's it. That's the whole shebang. Now, after hearing all this, you might be asking yourself, well, shoot, am I even cut out for this? It's a totally natural question, so let's address that doubt head on. Let me be absolutely clear, echoing what our source material says, your IQ does not disqualify you from love. No one, and I mean no one, in the normal intelligence range is unfit for a healthy relationship because of their brain power. It is simply the wrong metric to be using. The real barriers? They're things we all deal with. They're deeply human fears, being afraid of our own intense emotions, being afraid of losing control, and that deep, profound fear of being rejected or misunderstood by the person who means the most to us. These are the things we have to work on.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. The question has never been about intelligence. It's always been about courage. It's not, am I smart enough for love? It's, am I brave enough for emotion?